And sometimes you need to get quiet so you can really allow what needs to come through to come through. Hi, Taurus. So good to see you. Thank you for being here. Please be sure to watch the general energy reading for Scorpio season, and make sure you check out your tarot scopes for your moon and rising sign also. Let's see what Scorpio season has in store for you. That's where it's going to be. Let's just start from the top. 6 of Wands in reverse. A lot of wands coming up for Scorpio season, which is interesting because Scorpio is a fire, or excuse me, the wands are fire, Scorpio is a water sign. I think that Scorpio is definitely the fieriest of the water signs. Any Scorpios I've met are like, oh yeah, we're fire water for sure. And a lot of people have thought that they were fire. I know that when I was younger and was still learning about astrology, I thought that I was a fire sign. But I definitely have a lot of fire influence in my chart too. So for you, Taurus, this is really about, the 6 of Wands is about celebration, really, and about achievement and success, and celebrating that achievement and success. So with it coming up in reverse, it's really making me wonder why you aren't allowing yourself to celebrate something, and why you aren't allowing yourself to feel the elation of completion, of achievement, of arriving a certain place. Like this always comes up this way when there's like a need to celebrate something. Let's see what else is in store for you. I'd like to get kind of a full picture here. I'm going to pick 4 cards this time because that seems to be the number. Everyone's getting 4 cards. So next is the Sun. So for some, there is something here of you were resisting some sort of recognition of yourself, recognition of how far you've come, and it's getting in the way of you embodying your light, of embodying all the beautiful, like, glorious things that you are. The sun is your light. The sun is also like rebirth. And I think in like Virgo season there was some grieving that you still needed to do. You were still kind of holding on to some old hurts, and I hope that you've done some of that grieving, but now it's like time to turn that around and celebrate how far you've come. This could be referencing the 5 of Wands also, which is conflict. So are you choosing to stay in the conflict? Is it internal conflict? It's feeling internal. And why are you letting it get in the way of you feeling like yourself? There's a chance of feeling renewed and lit up. Now, you know what? I don't know if I ever noticed before, but there's like a red feather. Because at first I was like, what is on my card? Like, did I actually draw on that? And I just realized, and I love this because no matter how long I'm doing this, I still notice new things on cards all the time. There's a red feather coming out of the crown of the baby. And the baby is like nude on here because that's where this rebirth, the sun shining again, the sun will always rise again. And we're going into a little bit of a darker place with Scorpio. And your full moon is this season also. Your full moon is on the 19th of November. So this is going to be a powerful time for you to let go. after this is the Four of Swords in reverse. So why there's, it just feels like you're still not doing certain things for yourself. It's almost like, I feel like you're like punishing yourself for things that have happened in the past. But you can't change them. You can't change the past. You can be present. You can work on building a different, better future, a brighter future, a brighter you. It just feels like there's this need to get in touch, back in touch with your light and your brightness. And what's getting in the way of that is you still kind of punishing yourself and holding on to this idea that you're not like allowed to be happy again. You're not allowed to have peace again. Because this can also reference the Three of Swords, and that's the three swords through the heart. So there's still this like inner conflict and grief coming up and heartache. And I feel like you've been working on healing that, but there's like this other piece now to it of allowing yourself to like have fun again, rest again, find some peace. Get in touch with how graceful you naturally are. And then we have the Page of Swords in reverse. And the first thing I heard was get quiet. Get quiet. And not, this isn't like a get quiet, like shut up, stop talking. This is a get quiet to be with yourself. This is a get quiet to quiet all the distractions around you. Or have you been just distracting yourself from feeling what's going on and to really being with it? You're distracting. But why? Because you're avoiding feeling certain things. It's like you've done certain levels of healing and grieving, but Scorpio season's about getting deeper. Really deep. Balls deep. Just kidding. Just kidding. It's about getting deeper into these parts of you, into these pieces of your history. And sometimes you need to get quiet so you can really allow what needs to come through. Really allow yourself to feel these things. Really allow yourself to just be with yourself to figure out what you need to do next, or what you want to do next, or what your heart is telling you to do. Quieting the mind. It's really about quieting the mind. Because if you don't allow yourself some enjoyment after all of this, and that won't reconnect you with your light. It's like getting in touch with those parts of you that you love so that you can embody your light again, so that you can find a new level of peace. Okay? Looking a little bit forward, Two of Pentacles and Judgment card. Two of Pentacles in reverse, then Judgment card. Maybe juggling too many things, too many plates in the air, not considering all sides. Some of these things are just blocking you. You have two major arcanas within all these reversals, the Sun and Judgment. These are great cards. They are trying to remind you of how bright you shine, and that there's still a path of purpose out there for you, even if your path has changed. Okay? But you're gonna have to do some reconfiguring. Things have changed. It has changed you. You've had to let go of things. You've had to figure out how to move forward in a new way. But they want you to remember you have light within you. You are the light. You are the love. And you still have purpose. It's out there. You just have to believe. I'm going to pull you a Mystical Shaman Oracle card. Ooh, resistance, resistance. Those did not want to shuffle. Wild Woman. She came up in reverse, so we will read the medicine. Wild Woman. Ooh, that's a good one for you. I think you can get so in your head, and then you feel like you have to be so composed and have, you know, this outside image of how you want people to see you. And I think sometimes it's really good for you to just, like, let go. And just be wild. Be wild, girl. You got it. The essence. When the wild woman dances into your reading, she reminds you of the essence of authenticity and freedom. Divested of all social constraints and cultural conformity, the wild woman holds up a mirror to your essential self, the true essence of who you are and who you're meant to become. She's a reminder of the bright light within each of us that gets dimmed by the restrictions imposed upon us by the expectations of society. She reminds us that in order to be fully present to life, we must uncover the light and let it shine brightly, regardless of the perceived consequences. Goosebumps. The medicine. Excess for its own sake is a sign of imbalance. This is a warning that you may be trapped in obsessive thinking or behavior. Looking for release in places that will never provide it. Let go, lest you become like the hungry ghost of Chinese Buddhist lore that can never be fulfilled. True release comes from trusting the fluidity of life. Understand that just as a river needs its banks to flow through, so too do you need boundaries around your thinking and behavior. Now is the time to simplify, be mindful, and connect to the light within. It says that right at the end, connect to the light within. That's what this whole thing just felt like. Like, they're trying to get you back to connect to the light within. To come back home to yourself. You deserve it, Taurus. I love you. I'm here if you need me. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Watch your moon and rising sign. Share with a friend. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you for Sagittarius season.